8-Bit Dylan. Time for the intro to my videos. Just make weird noises with your mouth. Previously on Big Brother. In an insane double eviction episode, Sky Does Minecraft won the power of veto, blocking Ricegum's chances of being able to be safe in the first eviction, and in a 6-0 vote, Ricegum was evicted from the Big Brother house. In a super close video game head of household, everyone fought hard for the chance of safety, but Keemstar was able to edge out the competition. Using his newfound powers, he targeted the other villain in the house, Caseytron. Not one to go out without a fight though, Caseytron was able to win the power of veto, forcing Keemstar to make a power move in the game and target the two biggest alliances in the house. With Sky Williams and Nick Dominates on the nomination block, 3 of the women in the house decided to work together to dethrone Sky Williams, and in a 3-2 vote, Sky Williams was evicted from the house as well. How will the house react to this big move? Find out now on Big Brother. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of YouTuber Big Brother Heroes versus Villains. In today's episode, we're going to see the aftermath of the crazy double eviction that just happened. Oh my god, this kitchen is a mess. They better clean this up. So we're going to see the aftermath of the crazy double eviction that happened in the last episode, and we are also going to get a little bit of a recap on each of our contestants. Now normally, at the beginning of the episode on Monday, we are going to do the head of household. This week, though, there's a very special HOH that's going to be happening that you guys get to affect. Now, I'll get into that a little bit more later on in this episode, but I think you guys are going to like it. So expect the HOH competition to happen towards the end of this episode. Thank you, Lauren Z-Side, for actually cleaning up. Oh my god, that is so much trash. So many dishes. So many. So in the last episode, we sadly lost 2 contestants. We lost Ricegum and we lost Sky Williams. Sky Williams being the super shocking elimination in the last episode. So quick recap, Keemstar was able to win HOH and his target was Caseytron. Now Caseytron was able to somehow win the power of veto, which completely shook up the house because basically everyone that was left was in an alliance and Caseytron was the outsider. So then Keemstar decided to take this opportunity to make a huge move and put up people such as Nick Dominates, who is allies with Life Simmer, and then also put up Sky Williams, who is allies with people like Sky Does Minecraft, basically pitting both sides of the house against each other. And in the end, these 3 girls, Life Simmer, Lauren Z-Side, and Caseytron, decided to work together to save Nick, and sadly, Sky Williams was evicted from the game. This is not good for Sky Does Minecraft because he was basically running the show up until this last eviction. In fact, let's give a quick recap on all of our contestants to see what their strategies have been thus far in the game and what they're going to do going forward most likely. First up, let's look at Caseytron, our surprise contestant last week in the double eviction episode. Now, Caseytron does not have very good relationships with most of the people in this house, and I think in order for her to survive this week, she's going to have to try and basically use her votes and her interactions in the game to move herself forward. Because basically, the backstabs and betrayals twist from past Big Brother seasons is back again. So she's gonna have to try and use those connections to hopefully move herself to that point where she can continue to move forward. It is not going to be an easy task for Caseytron though. Next up is Nick Dominates. Now Nick has done a great job of keeping his allies close enough to where they'll basically want to save him. If he wants to win this game though, he's gonna have to make some big move in order to keep himself around, because I have a feeling that Nick Dominates trusts his allies more than his allies trust him. And the reason I say that is because we're gonna move on to Life Simmer. Life Simmer has been doing a great job making connections but also making back deals with some of the contestants in the house. And it's going to be interesting because surprisingly, Life Simmer has a really strong relationship with Keemstar. And I think that this is because she is basically setting up for a plan B in case Nick Dominates ends up leaving the game. Which is interesting because Nick Dominates and Keemstar do not have a good relationship, but Life Simmer and Keemstar do. Which brings us to our next person, Dodger. Dodger's been pretty much floating this entire game. She was really close with Sky Does Minecraft and Sky Williams, but now she can't rely on that alliance to keep her safe, and she's gonna have to start making better alliances with people if she wants to keep moving forward. As for Lauren Z's side, she's gonna have to use this opportunity now that Sky Williams is out of the game to put together an alliance of her own if she wants to make some power moves. Because as it's shown in her past, she's not very good at making power moves. She was able to make one this last week, but that was only because Keemstar gave her the opportunity to do so. Will this mean possibly working with Sky Does Minecraft in the future? We'll have to see. Now, Sky Does Minecraft is an interesting contestant. He has been able to make some of the strongest alliances and relationships in this house, but some of his past actions may come back to haunt him. He's got a huge target on his back, and that does mean that he poses a huge threat to people in this game. So basically, if Sky Does Minecraft wants to do really well in this game, he's gonna have to make sure he's not making too big of moves to where that target on his back is even bigger. And lastly, Keemstar. Keemstar has made some amazing moves in the last few weeks of this game. He threw all the villains under the bus and basically used that platform to keep himself safe for a couple of weeks, but then used an opportunity later in the game to backstab some of the heroes to allow himself to gain more power. Keemstar's been doing an amazing job despite having villain qualities and having a really hard time making relationships. So let's see if he can continue this streak of his going forward. Who out of the final 7 are you guys rooting for? Please let me know in the comments down below. It's crazy to think that we're already at the halfway point in this game. We started off with 14 contestants and now we're down to the final 7. I do find it funny that all the people with colored hair were basically picked off one by one. I think that there's a pattern here, contestants. Meanwhile, poor Skelly Bear has been all alone ever since Dan has left. No one's really talked to Skelly Bear besides yelling at Skelly Bear whenever they're angry. Skelly Bear doesn't deserve this. Wow, everyone's out here just talking and having a good old time. They must be celebrating the fact that they are at the halfway point of this game. And don't worry, for those of you that are big fans of these reality show series of mine, the next reality show will be in Survivor again. So there will be a second season of Survivor. I don't want to give too many details out, but you may see some of your favorites come back into the game. There'll be more information about that though towards the later part of the season. Oh God, Keemstar. What was that? He was just like maniacally laughing to himself. That was creepy. Ooh, wait. Oh, I thought he was gonna use the makeup counter. I got so excited. No one's used this yet. We got this in the vintage glamour stuff pack and I was really hoping that the Sims would just on their own come over and put makeup on, but I feel like this might be a user only device. Like you have to tell them to use it in order for that to work. Also, I've been having people ask me why is the HOH room blue? And the reason being is that the HOH was always blue whenever there was like teams. Like the red team never won an HOH. In the entirety of the show, they never won. So what that means is that I'm going to keep the HOH room blue because it doesn't deserve to be red. Right now, the main alliance, secret alliance, I should say, that interests me the most is Life Simmer and Keemstar, because despite Life Simmer having a strong relationship with Nick Dominates, I feel like she might be using him a little bit in order to move herself forward in this game. Like I said, Life Simmer is pretty smart. She was at risk a lot early on in this game, but she knew what kind of alliances needed to be made in order to keep herself safe. As for Nick Dominates, I feel like he needs to take a note from Life Simmer and start talking to people besides Life Simmer if he really wants to stay safe, getting closer and closer to those finals. Now try not to chop your finger off, Nick. Ooh, what is she making? This is some fancy stuff. Oh, she's making fish tacos. Never mind. I can make a joke about fish tacos, but I'm mature like that. I won't. Oh, oh, Nick's inviting everyone to dinner. That's so nice of him. Nick wants everyone to eat his fish tacos. I am so mature, guys. I'm so mature. Also, the have-nots for this week, there won't be any have-nots, at least for this episode, because you guys won't know who is HOH at the end of this episode. You'll actually learn who the HOH is in the Friday episode, And I'll explain that a little bit better later on. Oh, it's like a family dinner, the first real family dinner of, oh, you're inside of, okay. Can we not stick our hands inside of Casey Tron, please? Dodger, you're too happy about this. Can you not? This is so cute. This actually is, oh, Keemstar, whoa, buddy. Whoa, personal space. The counter didn't ask for that. Now this is so cute seeing them actually having their first family dinner. Like, they've never all been in the same room eating and talking. Who is calling? Oh, that's awkward. Oh, that's so awkward. They're such good friends. Let's go to the city and take in a show. You in? He's like, sorry, you've been evicted. I can't. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking to see the jury house, and the reason I'm not going to show the jury house is because The Sims 4 can be kind of weird. If I were to show you a different household and play through that household, these Sims would be able to leave this house and make relationships with each other and with people outside of the game. And that kind of messed things up for my first season of The Sims Survivor, so I don't want to really have that happen again. There they are talking again. Is this a ship? This is a very awkward ship if this is a ship. There Nick goes. Now Nick's starting to talk to some of the other girls in the house. Oh my god, Sky Williams, you don't get it. No, we can't go out. Oh, that's awkward. This is really good for Nick to start talking with other people. So hopefully he does a little bit more of that going forward. Why did he walk out here? He randomly just left the kitchen, walked out to the patio just to say, woohoo! And now he's playing games on his phone. And did anyone see the teasers for some of the new game packs and stuff packs coming out this season? Oh my god, they confirmed vampires. Like, y'all already know I'm gonna do something with them vampires. Like, oh my goodness. I got so excited when I saw that. Like, I love when they add weird supernatural creatures and stuff like that to The Sims 4 or just The Sims. So to have vampires back is super awesome. Oh my god, we have a ghost in the Big Brother house. Guys, it's moving by itself. Awkward. And like Dodger's not even like caring about this. Dodger, you should be concerned about this. Dodger, now is not the time to sleep. There's a ghost right here. It's not my fault if Dodger ends up dying in her sleep because some paranormal activity stuff ends up happening. He about to snatch you by your wig and throw you over the edge, girl. Oh my god, Nick's sleeping over there too. Y'all aren't concerned about this ghost? This ghost can't even score. That's how bad they are. Whoa. Oh, everyone's asleep. And apparently it's been doing this for hours now. I was so concerned while it was happening. I was like, I think you just had like a sugar rush. So Casey Tron's away. Casey Tron, I think you need to go hire an exorcist because the house is haunted. No big deal, just something, you know, I wanted to point out. Why is everyone coming outside all of a sudden? I feel like this is a weird glitch now. Like I said, guys, having all these mods and CC and stuff is causing the Sims to do the weirdest things. So Casey Tron randomly woke up, wanted to read a book, so she walked all the way down here for then it to cancel the action. And now she wants to talk with Sky Does Minecraft, but he just walked away from her and now she's just standing out here. The Sims are weird. Casey Tron, what are you doing? Oh my god, it's still doing this. No one is stopping it. Y'all just must be into some weird ghost freaky stuff because this would not fly with me. The minute this starts happening in my house, okay, that evil laugh though. You must really enjoy that book, Keemstar. I'm just saying, like, the minute this stuff starts happening in my house, I'd be gone. I would self-evict. I'd be like, I'm not in this anymore. Are you playing with the ghost now, Nick? Oh my god. Is Nick psychic? Nick is playing with the ghost. What kind of Ghostbusters BS is this? Which ball's the real ball? I'm sure Nick's great at dealing with multiple balls. I'm just saying. Oh my god, this is such a weird glitch. Is it gonna always do this now? All right, well, apparently now we have a ghost foosball person. He just threw a drink at her. What the heck? Keemstar. My only explanation for Keemstar throwing a drink at Life Simmer. Wait, oh my god, so much is happening. Now Casey Tron's yelling at the bear. Keemstar's throwing a drink at Life Simmer. The only reason I could think of Life Simmer and Keemstar doing this is to pretend that they're not in an alliance, because they totally are. Oh my god, and now Nick's yelling at Sky Does Minecraft? What the heck is happening? Everyone is in a fit. everything is falling apart. Because originally in this game, Sky Does Minecraft decided to align himself with Nick, and Nick aligned himself with Sky, so that way they could keep themselves or each other safe, but now they're What is happening? This is weird. And then there's a ghost. Y'all weren't even ready for all these twists to happen this episode. Keemstar, what are you doing? Jesus. What? Boundaries, much. Jeez. Okay, sir. This will definitely switch up some of the relationships in this house. The fact that they were yelling at each other and Keemstar threw a drink at Life Simmer. I don't even know what's happening anymore, guys. I thought I had these relationships figured out, but again, maybe I don't. So I think now is a perfect time for us to hop into the head of household. I'm gonna get things set up for it, and it's gonna be a fun one. Hello everyone, and welcome to this HOH challenge. And this HOH challenge will be a unique one, something we've never done on YouTuber Big Brother before. It'll be the first interactive head of household. Imagine that the contestants are now on The Voice, and it'll be your job as the judges to give someone in this game the head of household. You'll listen to our 6 contestants perform, and you'll have to judge them solely off of their voice, because in the description down below is a poll that you get to vote in. The twist is, though, just like in The Voice, you won't know who is singing. Each person in this game will have a number attributed to them, and you'll be simply voting off who you think sang the best. Now, the songs that each person is going to be performing have been randomized, and the numbers that they've been given have been randomized as well. The only person who can't compete this week is Keemstar, so without further ado, let's get this thing started. Bringing out to the stage contestant number 1. Now bringing out to the stage contestant number 2.
Chobi Grambay, Chobi Paexibam Exibay, Chobi Faru, Chobi Penep Bim Jabu. Yes, Chobi Wam, Chobi Gorb, Chobi Guam, the Blitty, Chobi Wam, Chobi Gorb, Chobi Guam, the Blitty, Chobi Guam.
Here comes contestant number 3.
Shabakashi blode, shaza, zazu balafui. Shaban's arms, ankle fwib, shote vune, shabanu fukui. Wali roots with gishla, maybe la broncasu. Dabawa muflashu Shabakashi blode Shaza yiblims yiblunks Yishishabun Wali boobs Gishla Maybe la bonzu Zervabi Uda Mershka move Dabau Amu flashu
It's time to hear contestant number 4. Here's the sultry performance by contestant number 5.
Hello, consider cheap fancy miles about Abilene. Them booty boots shall be brave. My garment up to my Rudy Tennessee Tway. My garment one. Oh, Zaner, woo! MacLeod, boo, Zaner,
Last but not least, here's contestant number 6.
Blue velcruz on bufa, shishatop palu viva, yapars yabliki blush, lavuna yip 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 flamoy. Whoa, wanu be yip flamoy. Whoa.
Now you've just heard every single contestant compete here on YouTuber Big Brother Heroes vs. Villains, The Voice. You guys now must vote in that description down below who you think did the best in this singing challenge. The contestant with the most votes will win the head of household and will nominate 2 people at the beginning of Friday's episode. You'll also be able to see the actual performances in Friday's episode. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode of YouTuber Big Brother Heroes vs. Villains. I will see you guys Friday with another episode of YouTuber Big Brother, as well as some other videos throughout the week. And until then, stay awesome, stay beautiful, you lovely people. Bye-bye.